Why does it look all blurry? Hold on here. Something doesn't look right. It looks so blurry. What the fuck? Oh, it looks blurry as shit. Cho, fam! Is it blurry or no? The screen looks blurry, right? Shoot. Shoot. No, now it doesn't look blurry. Oh my god. I always have issues. We're having technical difficulties, people. I need to know if it's blurry or not, and it looks blurry to me. Oh man. Oh man. Hold on. I gotta check on my iPad to see what it looks like. And then we'll get the party started. I don't even know. It looks blurry. This shit's moving? Is it blurry? It looks wavy, right? And blurry. What's up, Reacher? Reacher! You staying out of trouble, brother? If it stays blurry, I might have to start over. Is it still wavy? What the hell is going on? Hudson T, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How you doing, Pete? Any new guns? What's up, Hudson? I got my AK. I did get that, but let me hear. You can look at that while I try to figure this shit out. I don't understand why it's blurry. Okay. That looks better. There we go. I think it's not blurry now. Pretty sure. Fucking technical difficulties. I hate this shit. You know, I need an AV guy. Who wants to be my AV guy? I need an AV guy. He's like, nah, what's up, Joe? Reach. Hell no. Yes. I like my wife. It's like a weird lens. Fixed. Man, I hate it when it does that. PG-13 today, people. We got 17 in here. That means 17 likes. So what I need everyone to do is ni hao and double tap your favorite weapon as fast as you can and see what happens. It's magically delicious. Just saying. Just saying. It is what it is, right? Upright Tactical, what's up, brother? He's like, what's up, Pete? That's my man right there. You guys are all my men. In a non-rainbow way. But, like, if we ever met each other, we would rainbow hug. 100%. Tip to tip. You know, PG-13 kind of style. Hudson says, oh, good. Oh, you did it again. No, I didn't. I'm PG-13 today. I'm sure. I think so. Let me fix something here. This is just pissing me off. Okay. Now, I think I am fully fixed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What up, Pat? Tim? Everyone, what's up? And even in, there's such, you know, even in PG-13 movies, sometimes the S word will slip. You know, stuff like that happens, and it just happens once in a while. Hi, Simon. 33 people in here, 33 likes. Double tap the screen. Double tap your favorite weapon. It's amazing what happens. 38. Let's get it higher. Let's see it. Doomsday Productions. I like the name. What's good, brother? Tim says, oh, after tonight, another busy shift. Not good. I'm sorry to hear that, Tim. Joe DeGard said, yo, yo. What's up, Joe DeGard? I'm seeing some new names in here. That means you guys need to like and subscribe. 43. We're going to get up to 100 people in here before YT closes the door. Tim says, did you say 50 hats minimum? Yes. So 50 hats minimum. And I was just playing with them. They're like, you need permission from Louis Vuitton. Okay, I got permission. Now what? Now what, China man? Now what? But they haven't responded. So if they say $1 a hat, I'm buying them. $2 a hat, I'll think I'll do it. $3 a hat, yeah. I'm still going to lie and say I have permission. Nine says, hi, Pistol Pete. That's Simon. Hi, Simon. Reacher says, I got to work at 10, all right. Wade says, Glocker Smith. Ooh, it's like Coke and Pepsi. I have them both. I carried my M&P metal right there for a few years. And I put a lot of rounds through it. It actually polished the internals itself because I shot it so many times. I trust my life with that gun. But I do carry a Glock 47 as well. So if I had to choose, I'm just gonna say Glock because I have to choose. It's life or death, right? I'll just say Glock. But don't worry, Smith & Wesson is right there. You can't go wrong with either. Upright says, what's up, Joe? Tim says, laugh my ass off. WTF? I want to see what they say. Joe says, what's everyone's everyday carry? Let's answer Joe. Pat says, Pete, what's new on the wall? Nothing except for the AK. Finally got the Zastava. Juice here says, those all real guns. They are real. Norwood says, what up, Pistol Pete in chat? Norwood, my man, what's going on? Upright says, Pete the man. Upright, you're the man. Sorry, texting 3. She says her feet are throbbing. She's doing a 16-hour. Joe says, sup, tactical. Tim says, yo. Or Reacher says, Tim, yo. 50 hats, $1 hat sounds good. Sup, Reach. Right. Even at $3 a hat, I'll do that. And I'll resell the hats for like $30 a piece. On here, on live. But Tim, shh, don't tell people. Dank Swizzle says, needing an optic for the AK and the Daniel. What would you put on them? Well, on my AK, I did put a Hollow Sun Ames. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the look, like aesthetically. The Ames is awesome. That is a awesome optic. But it just doesn't match the AK. Or mine, at least. So, I don't know. It's whatever aesthetically pleases you, but is also a good optic. So, you know, it has a lot of roundness to an AK. I don't know if you have a tactical. If you have a tactical with the pick rail and all that stuff, the Ames will look great. But I don't have that. So I might go MRO or like a SIG, something aim point, something that's rounded. I think is what I'm going to go with. But it just depends on what your AK looks like, truthfully. The Daniel, the Ames will look great on it. Or an MRO, like one of those. Upright says, did you see the new aim point that came out today? And we're talking about aim points again. Yes, Upright, and it's awesome. That would look sweet on that AK. Yeah, sweet. But a few days ago, I don't know when it came out, but it's within the last few weeks. You see that Ames Ronin Max? Or the Ames Max Ronin or something. It's the new Ames like that. But it's like twice the size. That thing's a tank. That thing is, I want that. That's my next optic, but the thing's like $600. That is what I'm looking at. Joe says Romeo 5 is a good budget optic. It's good. Yes, Romeo 5 is awesome. I have one on yeah, I have one on one of my ARs up there. Looks similar to the T2. It does look very similar to the T2. So is it worth it? I don't know. The T2 is awesome. So I have that on Optic as well. Joe says 19X for me, but look at 48 MOS. 19X is sweet. I prefer the 45. You know, it's Glock. It's proven. Why would you go with anything else? I wouldn't. Glock's proven. If shit hit the fan, as you guys call it, I would not grab anything but my Glock. It's the easiest to take down. It's the easiest to clean. It doesn't need to be cleaned. It's not a princess, and it runs. You know, it runs. I love all guns, but it is the gun to grab if something were to happen. And you're going to find mags everywhere. You know, so. Joe, if you want a 48 MOS, I have a 48 as well, right there. Great gun. It's only 10 rounds, though, so if you put the shield arms in there, then you get 15. You might have reliability issues with it feeding and stovepiping with the shield, but, you know, it's a Glock. And it's thinner. 99 says CZP01. That's what he carries. Great gun as well. It's just that if SHTF happens, I would not grab a CZ. 3 says hello. Reacher says hi. 3 says I'm dying. Joe says nah, upright. Send it in the cord. Glock 45 or 43X is my everyday carry. Great options. Reacher says I can't stay long. It's fine, Reacher. Thank you for showing up. And 3 says it's time to like and subscribe, new people. And if you're not new, subscribe anyways. You can. Like Dank says, I don't mind optics. They aren't as budget friendly as long as I'm getting good quality. I have the Zenico furniture on mine. I've heard of that. I've not used one of those yet. But if you're saying it's good, I trust you. Johnny Law says, got guns? Johnny Law, got subscribe? 3, hi Tim. Johnny says, open sight type of guy. I have that as well, but my eyes are bad. So I still train with irons, but if you use irons only, great. I still have guns with irons, but 90% of them have optics now because I cannot see the irons. It's so blurry. Even if I'm target focused, I can't do it. I have to point shoot basically. And at 7-10 yards, I got it, but doing anything else, I can't do it. I have to use an optic. Like says 3. Tim says, Johnny, that's a great idea for a shirt from Pistol Pete. With the open sight type of guy. I can see that. Iron sights, yes. Richard says, crazy. Joe says, facts, brother, 100. Upright says, if Glock built houses, I would buy one. I would. You know what? If Glock built a car, I would. I think Glock is actually Toyota. I really do. When I used to work in the car industry, in the mechanic shop, we'd have this chick bringing in her Camry. And every time she brought it in, there was no oil in it. You dropped the plug and no oil came out of that car. And it ran. Kind of like a Glock. Don't need oil. Let's see. Joe says, I usually run a sidecar, so I'm okay with the single stack, but great tips, brother. Tactical. Yeah. I have a sidecar. Wait, I don't have mine on me right now. I was wearing it. It's in the garage, I think. I take my stuff off in the garage. So yeah, like if I'm carrying a big gun, like my 45, I just have my holster, but my 365 does have a sidecar. Pat says, we speak English here. No spamming. He'll get to you. No political BS. Everything you see will not be touched. You two no likey. They're real. Don't be stupid. Be nice. Let's have a great time. Gang, gang. TJ says, you got the John Wick Terran Tactical Glock. The Combat Master, I do not. I just can't see myself spending $3,500 on a Terran tactical Glock. Although I want one, uh, because it's John Wick's gun. It's a Hollywood gun, and you pay the premium for a Hollywood gun, and I get that. So that's why I can't hate on them for charging that much. I wish I had one. 99 says, okay, I have the 19X with zombie rounds ready to carry too. Yes, see? And that's what you should carry. Not carry 99, not necessarily carry, but like I said, is if SHTF, I'm trying to be PG right now. If that happened, you grab your Glocks. It's just the way it is. Just grab your Glocks. Tim retracted. Petro says, Glock 19. Yes, I have one. Tim says, no. When he said, got guns. Oh, got guns. Work sucks. Oh, yes. Got guns. I have so much stuff to make. Oh, man. 357 Magnum or 38. That's like, I'm sorry, Pedro. I don't mean to laugh, but that's like saying 9mm or 22. You can't. It's not even. They're not even close. They fit in the same hole. You know, if you have a 357, you can shoot 30 special, but not the other way around. Just know that, guys. But 357 Magnum, 100% 357. Joel says, driver of a Tacoma, they are reliable as F. See, this statement rings true with Glock and Toyota, right? I think it's a secret. Like, Toyota secretly owns Glock. Or the other way around, whatever have you. They were like, we can't make a car and call it Glockota. Although I will roll a Glockota. Bat says, WTF, you never said you worked in a shop before. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I was not the mechanic. I was a salesman. But I would go into the mechanics bay, and the mechanics would be like, SHIT, Pete's here. Because I would walk in that shop and all these strong, buff men, and I would be like, good game, good game, good game, good game to all of them. They didn't like it. I didn't care, because I bring that mood to a mechanic shop. The tough man mood. So if you want to be a tough man, good game. Good game. And sometimes I would get in there. Good game. It's not gay. It's basketball players do it, football players do it. Good game. And yeah. True story. Wade says, that's impressive. Wade, you're impressive. Thank you. You a mechanic? No. So, yeah, no, I'm not. Speed said, give me one. I got you, Speed. Did you like and subscribe yet? Pedro says, do you have a Glock? Or Pedro, I do. I have a lot of Glocks. Up there will be my Glock 47, Glock 48, Glock 45. And I think that's all the Glocks that are up there. There's more. I mean, but they're not out here. Pat says, MFs. Just had a shootout outside my work. Oh my God. God damn. God damn. Damn. I said, God damn. Where you live? Pat, where you live? St. Louis. Ooh. Tim, same. It's been insane. Oh, damn. Stay safe, Pat. Take a Beretta M92. Do I have one? No, I have a clone up there. It's all gold. Reacher with the wolf? Oh, I don't know, wolf. So we had like almost 50 people in here and it dropped to 15. YT really closed doors really fast on this one. YT. Upright says, if you were in Neo's shoes, would you have taken the red or blue pill? I forgot which one he took to go into the Matrix. I would have kept it the same. Tell you the truth, I forgot what the other pill did. I don't remember. Drop says, what the H you talking about? Drop, just keep up with the conversation, please. Pedro says, get the golden Beretta. Get the golden Beretta M92. I can't touch them. If I touch the guns, I will be banned. Don't call me radio says, upright. Hi, don't call me radio. Like and subscribe. Peace, subscribe. Want to do some speed? Sure. But did you like and subscribe yet? Because after the live, how are we going to get a hold of each other if you're not a subscriber? Job says, Pete's got the softest hands on a man you will ever feel. Yeah, but I do the good game. Very good. Pedro says, get the gold. I already told you I can't touch it. Pedro, I can't touch the guns. If I touch guns on live, I'll get banned. You trying to trick me? Man, we dropped to 9. I love it. I'll try to keep mine soft, but it doesn't work. I just got here. Okay, suckle. Well, you know what? You must have walked in when we were talking about good game. So if you want to know, drop. I used to work in a mechanic shop. I was a salesman, and I'd go into work, and then I would hear people like, "OS, Pete is here," because they knew once I clocked in, I'd walk into that bay and I'd get everyone a good game. You know, you gotta keep spirits high. Jacob says, "Man, what a collection! How much were all those?" Jacob, I don't know. If you like and subscribe, you can see them all being shot on my channel, but I don't know. I don't keep track. I don't know anyone that keeps track of how much they've spent. Because you have customizations and optics and lights and everything, and it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Let's see. What up, Pat? Aaron, hey. No, it's okay. We don't have to time them all drop. Yeah, it's not fake. They're real. They're very real. And if you don't believe it, just go to my channel and see. You know, maybe Aaron will become a subscriber after 300 seconds. I don't know. It says, what up, Pat? IDK. Upright says, is that a Sig Rattler up there? No, that. Upright, you talking about the Louis Vuitton? Do you see that? That was a custom job. It cost a lot of money. No, that's MPX. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what's good. Oh, IDK, what's good? Drop says, nope, they are all real steel because that's how we roll. Yeah, and if people want to say they're fake, you know, so what? Maybe I can turn them to a subscriber. Let's see. Let's see if Aaron comes back. And that is wrong, though, because he's not Aaron. We know who Aaron is. That's Aaron. Petro says, get the golden Beretta. See, like Petro, like there. Petro, are you a subscriber? Petro? Petro, are you a subscriber? Peace of S hit. Peace Ov's hit. I'm trying to be PG-13. I like your name, though. There, like to subscribe. Thank you very much. Ni hao. From this Oriental man. Thank you. Whoa, don't come here to sub, but YouTube hides you from me. Really? Don't come in radio. Expand on this. Because this is more proof that when I release a video, it only has like 100 views. I'm not at a loss for words, but I am. You know, because every stream someone tells me something like this. Petro says, thanks. You're welcome. Aaron says, I'm just Aaron. Aaron, they're real. If you don't believe, you can check it out on my channel. But yeah, I cannot touch. I've done it before, and I get banned within seconds. They don't like me. They do not. Drop says, yeah, go look at the channel, Aaron. Go watch them go bang, bang, bang. Upright says, what is that tiny piece on the bottom left by your head? That is a 22 sterling from 1974. DJ, what's up, brother? Says, what's up, buddy? Don't call me radio. Says, sorry before, not but. Oh, okay. yeah. YT doesn't like me. I like you guys. YT doesn't like me. Peace says YouTube has been weird lately. It hasn't been notifying when people go live. Well, it's my lives and my shorts and my videos. Everything has been throttled down. Like a couple streams ago, someone was like, "Pete, I don't get it. You have almost 10,000 subscribers and your shorts have like 100 views." I don't know. Let's see. DJ says, "I love your watch. Thank you. It's my fake Rolex band." Aaron says, "What's your favorite?" I have so many. I'm not gonna lie. I do like half of them. Like are my favorites. MP5K is sweet. MPX is just second only to this one. My XC is phenomenal. My Prodigy is bar none. My Shadow, my DWX, even my C2. Yeah, I compete with this one mostly right now though, but I might switch it over to the Prodigy or the C2. I might go like because I shoot open division right now with this and this, but if I go and shoot limited optics, it'll be this one. 3 says PPWW reads every comment and we'll get to yours soon. In the meantime, like and subscribe. Woo! We're back to 30. Let's see. Peace says it's been like this for a month or so for me. Peace, you have a channel? Wait, I don't see a channel piece. Oh, you're talking about the yeah, gotcha. Job says I just watched Radio the movie like 2 days ago. I don't even know what that is. DJ says 3. What's up, Mrs. Ma'am? Hi, little DJ. I want to so bad. 3. Working. Kosher says Kumasta. Kumasta. Drop him, what's up? Hey, drop. Everyone's saying hi. I think my notifications have been going from all to personalized and to personalized, and the personalized not too much. I get a lot of people, don't call me radio, that come in here and they're like, Pete, where have you been? Here every day. Almost. Every freaking day I'm almost here. They haven't seen you in weeks. No. Go look. I've been on every day. And then I get people that come in here and say what you said. And then I get people that come in here and say, Pete, I couldn't find you for the longest time because I was unsubscribed. I didn't do it. It is what it is. Now, I have this Coke that I dropped. It's dented right here, okay? So as I'm drinking it, I'm pretty sure it's going to come everywhere. I didn't mean come everywhere. That's... What? Oh, you guys. 3 says don't like or don't lurk. Say hi. Double tap that screen to like and subscribe. Yeah, you don't have to lurk, people. You can say hi. We are a nice group of people here. Pete says I've been looking for CO2 knives. I don't know what that is, but it sounds pretty cool. I'm tired, man. Remodels suck. Oh. Drop. If you want, you can come over here and remodel my home. And I'll make it fun. I'll give you a good game every 5 minutes if you want. Drop says CO2 knives, question mark. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Is that the brand? Or did they shoot out? I would take a CO2 knife that's shot out a blade. Upright says, what does a range day look like for you? What brand rifle bags do you like? I guess for rifle bags, I have one Savior bag, and then like my big rifles, I use a big, a hard case. Because like if I put that RPR in a bag, I bang it against something, it's gonna bang the rifle pretty hard because it's so heavy. And I think I use what's that, Pelican for my 6 arc and Volt for my RPR. I have like one of everything because I like to try them out. Then I have the Savior for the 16-inch ARs. When I carry like my SP, like my small SMGs, yeah, small pistols, if you will, those go into the bag they came in. So like I have well, I don't know where it is, an HK bag that I use to carry that, and that one actually goes into a Glock bag, like a backpack bag, Everything else will go into a hard case that I buy from like Harbor Freight, or those big style cases, and they'll have a insert that you can modify, or I have a video on this one. This 4800. This is awesome, by the way, from Harbor Freight. It's way cheaper than a Pelican. It's like the same thing because I have them both. But the inside is just, I don't know. It has that pluck foam. So I plucked it out and then I sprayed this with Plastidip. Is it called? I think it's called Plastidip. Plastidip. And I put like 8 coats of Plastidip on it, and now it doesn't pluck it as easily. So I can carry like 8 pistols in that thing. But that's if I'm bringing a lot of stuff. If I'm not, I just bring. I have a Savior, again, a Savior range bag. I could put like 3 or 4 pistols in it comfortably. P says you use them on sharks. Oh, that thing. Woo! I want one, like a harpoon, right? You've never seen radio? I don't think so. Oh my God, Pete, what planet are you on? The planet of Brazil, to Africa. DJ said, I'm going to take a shower and I'll be back soon. Love y'all. Adios, amigos. Later, DJ. IDK says, nah, you already said it. Uh-oh. Pat says it's gonna come, don't worry. I'm in Utah. We have no sharks, Pat says. Just when it's the right time, right? Or oceans. Laugh aloud. That's true. He's kind of encompassed with nothingness. 3 says hi. Job says for that matter. Doka says for CO2 knives, probably check scuba supply shops. Huh. I might have to look that up. I have a scuba. Why drop? What are you? Clam says, Pete, gun question. What happens when you cock the hammer, then put the mag in a 1911? Does the hammer fly or what? Well, yeah, but it's not chambered. Like, does it fly forward? No. You're talking about if you rack the gun and it's cocked and then you put a mag in there? Nothing will happen. It'll just make it easier when you chamber the round, because when you pull it back, it'll pull back a lot lighter because that hammer isn't up, it's down. Don't call me Rio says Apache. 2 actually. Whoa. Dragon Boy says, how much does Glock 18 cost? I don't know. Job says, oh my God, that's brilliant, Pete. Harbor Freight, seriously? Yeah, that's a Harbor Freight. I have a couple Harbor Freights. I have another one that's black. That's actually I think 4 guns, maybe? No, it's in because Harbor Freight has a gun section. It's in there, and sometimes like the picture on it will show like cameras or like optic, but yeah, you can just slot it. But if you put guns in there that have a lot of parts that can rip, the siding of it, like let's say like gas pedals or something that will stick out of the gun, or like say handle it grips, it pulls out pretty easy, but it won't rip if you spray it with that Plastidip. I think it's called Plastidip. Let's see. And it's cheap. Like $35 or something versus like 100 and something. Yeah, I have a black one too. The black one's pretty cool. So the black one, if you buy one of these, there's actually manufacturers that make inserts for it that use closed foam, closed cell foam, which is a harder foam that doesn't rip. Where's the black one? Right here. Hold on. Oh! Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so like this one is from Case Club, right? This one was a lot of money. Yeah, screw that. Okay, my other one's outside. I'll get that one later. I have a black one of that, the exact same one. Radio says, I cheated Case Club on Amazon. I cheated. Oh my God. Case Club on Amazon has pre-cut foam that fits Apache cases. Got a video of mine on channel. Like that. So yeah, that's that's a Case Club right there. IDK says, no, it's just a knife that CO2 comes out of the blade. Oh, okay. Go watch Radio. It's a dang good movie. Is it a new movie? Or where did you watch it? Where are you streaming it? My paintball days and my air gun. I can shoot accurate for all day. Seriously, I bet. Wade says, where'd you get the ray gun? That was at a mall. And I was walking by. I was like, dude, ray gun. So that's actually a torch. So on the dial, you turn the dial up. And it, and then it depends on how much comes out. And yeah, it's a flame like this big when it's at max. Oh, it's a lighter torch. Thank you, Drop. Thanks. Hey, homie, says Jess, where you been? Upright says, have you ever considered a better 92 for laying tactical? No, but they're pretty sweet. Upright, they are. But with the trigger work on that, I'd rather do it myself. And if you get like a 92X performance, yeah. I don't know how much that Laying Tactical one is. How much did it go for? Because you can get the X Performance for like $1,500, $1,400 if you find on a deal. And that's the one to go with. Hey, Jess. Michael says, what's up? How's it going? What's up, Michael? We're just doing. We got 38 people in here. We're trying to get that up higher. How many likes do I have, people? 3 days retracted. 3 says, hey, Jess. Michael says, what's up? Oh, I'm behind on that one. Busy is where I've been. Drop says, what are you talking about days? Froggy's here. What's up, Froggy? He says, I love you, brother. I support you and hope for your success. I know I'm not around very much anymore, but I am here for you unconditionally. Love you, brother. I love you too, Froggy. Adam says, this dude is strapped. I would say so. So, Adam, like and subscribe to see my strapness on my videos. Drop says, it's kind of old now, but dude, it's a great movie. Probably free on Amazon. So on Prime. Okay, I'll look it up. Ron says, doggy, I watched a bunch of those Terror tactical videos last night. Thank you from me and my wiener. You're welcome, Ron. Not only do you have me for your Wii, now you have T era for your Wii. Adam says, oh, they're pellet guns. No, they're real. They're real, Adam, so like and subscribe. 3 says, it's time to like and subscribe. No, they are real steel. Look at the channel, Adam. Yes. Watch them go bang, bang, bang. That's the best one. So, Drop, when I released that, I was like, this is going to ruffle some feathers. It didn't. It has like a few hundred views. YT hates me. Eddie says, hi, didn't know you live streamed. Every day. Almost, Eddie. Yeah, YT doesn't like me. Ron's laughing. I don't know why. For real. Adam, yes, they are real. They are real. Daniel says, are those Kratos God of War's weapons behind? Yes, they are, Daniel. Those are the Blades of Chaos. And the real steel as well. Adam says, nice. So yes, people, like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 10K. Actually, we're trying to get to 9,900 because YT, again, strips subs from me every day. And we have to combat this. And we had to feed the YouTube algorithm. And how do you do that? How can you help me feed the YouTube algorithm? By tapping your favorite weapon. Guardian Co says, Mr. P, loving the wall. Thank you, Guardian Co. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Chop says, yeah, buddy. Eddie says, which one is the most expensive? It would be my Staccato XC. Knowledge. What's up, Knowledge? Says, Pete! Daniel says, are those creators' weapons behind you? Do you mean Kratos weapons? Yes, that is Kratos Blades of Chaos right there. Sir Blith, what's up? Tyrone, what's going on? Froggy says, y'all, please like and subscribe. Pistol Pete is an amazing human and all-around great guy. He cares about his craft and is a family man. That's how Froggy would say it, so I had to say it like that. Thank you, brother. And if you guys do subscribe to me, subscribe to Froggy as well. There's a couple people here with channels that we need to promote and support because we need to grow together. 3 says hi. Eddie says, I think I saw you in the Arms room chat. Maybe. I don't know who I'm in. I'm sorry. Well, thank you, Eddie. Please like and subscribe as well. Thuggin all the time. Look, I love that name. He goes, my feathers are ruffled. Where are your AKs? Bam! Right there! Damn! Bam! Damn! Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I just had to do it. Oh, that felt good. Job says, who? 3 says, PPW is my lord because he brought me a second coffee. I actually am God, and I get free reign now. Sean says, I thought South Korea had a ban on weapons. They do. However, I am the Vietnam. I don't look Korean. Koreans look like this. I don't look like that. I have round eyes, like an American. Wade says, do you have any pump shotguns? I do not. Drop says, hang on, thug. Notch says, how's it hanging, brother? Very high. Eddie says, Staccato is a pricey gun. It is. Very pricey. It is. I have 3 of them. And yeah, they are very pricey, along with watchtowers. I have 2 of those. And you know, I just like to, I like to customize. I do have half my guns are non-modded, but half are. The ones that are usually for competition use. Otherwise, I can't help myself sometimes. No shotguns anymore, says Chop. Adam says, which one is your favorite? We're just going to say the Staccato XC because it's easiest, but it's probably going to be my MP5K or my MPX. Because that one's Louis Vuitton'd out. 3 says, Adam, I'm his most favorite. That's true. But she's not on the wall right now. Job says, I keep telling him to get a certain one, but no. Oh. Thuggin says, nice. Thank you, Thuggin. You guys need to like and subscribe. I'm telling you, you do. Job says, oh, that's a hard one, Adam. Frodo's says, I would have said what's up, but I had to dip. It's all good. Do you have Krinkov? No, I do not. Eddie says, chillest guy on YouTube right now. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. I try. Pistol. Oh, wait. So I read all the comments, as you can see, and I read it how I think it should be read. And this one is by 3, and she says, Pistol Pete is the shit. Like it's up to him. That's what she said. Job says, except for when he's tired. Jess says, I had a bad couple days, man. I got a bruise on my knee, the side of my kneecap. It looks like I owe a bookie money. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jess. That sucks. Upright says, did you ever have any issues with your XC for the first couple hundred rounds? None. I saw a video of a guy having issues. Not one. My XC eats everything from 115 all the way to 147. No problems. However, 1911s and 2011s have an issue with flat nose rounds. So like 147 flat nose, it feeds, but that's where you're gonna get some kind of failure to feed with that, because with the 1911 it slams into the wall and goes up into it. Well, if there's no round, yeah, with the flat nose it just slams into it. So yeah, I still have like a bunch of 147s that are flat nose. I don't run them in 2011s anymore. I just save them for like my my shadow. Let's see. Chief says, you know about the Kalashnikov? Well, what about it? Like, do I know about the AKs? Yes. Do I have one? No, I have a Zastava. Michael A. Johnson says, hey dude, good to see you again. Just liked and subscribed for you, brother. Thank you, Michael. That means he was here before and didn't subscribe. And he saw me again. So if you're one of those people, like and subscribe. Don't forget, because you might not see me again because YT doesn't push me all the time. Adam says, wow, laugh aloud. Sean says, my guy, haven't seen you in a while. Just got 5th generation Glock. I love it. Sean, awesome. Congrats. Job says he needs to get a Ruger Super Regular 22 meg first, though. I know. I won't ever get one of those. I don't think. I know they're cool, Drop. I know. But there's always something else I want more. Lila's here. Hi, Lila. Says hi. Drop says, it's fire. I believe you. Drop. Okay, maybe if I find one, like $100, I'll buy it. Okay. Eddie says I'm subbing. Double. Thank you, Eddie. I really greatly appreciate it. Drop says, oh my god, he fell asleep on video once. It was hilarious. He snored so long and woke up to the neighborhood. Hey, Drop, it wasn't once. It was like 3 times. I think it was 3 times. We call it the sleep stream. And this is when I was doing streams for like, 6 hours? And it went into like 3 or 4 in the morning when other countries would be in the stream because they'd just be waking up. Yeah, I think one time I was like, okay, guys, okay. I'm just going to lay my head just for a second. And I got into the fetal position and I went to town. It's on my channel. I just don't know which stream it is because I stream every day. It was a good stream. It happened like 3 times. 2 at the very minimum. Yeah. Just says at Drop, laugh my ass off. You sing the praises of that pistol so much, I bought one. And yes, as described, it is fire. See, Drop. Someone bought it. Hell yeah, it is. I'm currently in the market for a quick draw holster. Kant says, a grown man with that many airsoft guns is incredibly lame. I would say so too. But Cats, you should go check out my channel. These airsofts are bar none. Sometimes I go to bat with people I'm like, you know what? You bring every single airsoft gun you got, and bring all your friends, and let them hold those airsoft guns. And I'll take one pistol on that wall, anyone you want. And for some reason, they don't come back and play. You do have to sign a waiver if you want to go against me, though. And he says, I'm scared of the hammer dropping, usually on the 1911, while appendix carry or like bending down, less pressure on the gun like a 320 pressure test. I could see that, but I mean, as long as it's covered, the trigger guard's covered, and you have the safety on. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you got to remember the safety would have to come off. Then the grip safety would have to be depressed. Then, while it's still being depressed, you'd have to pull the trigger while it's holstered. So that versus a 320 is no comparison. I wouldn't worry about it. But I can see your hesitation there. DJ says, hey, what's the retail on that? More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari. Smoke 'em. What's up, DJ? Job says, all real steel here, bro. Alonzo says, Gen 6 Glock? I can't wait to see. Tim says, for competition, just it's $260 for that brand new. Okay. Historical ordnance is back. He says, just got my military heritage musket. I drilled the touch hole and test fired it. For a $780 musket, it's not bad. I'd recommend them. Historical needs to send me some of that stuff. Job says, I'm flipping you off so hard right now. Don't Come Radio says, cheers, brother. Set the song support hashtag at Pistol Pete address from channel. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much, brother. Let's see. Jess says, no to play with Laugh Aloud. I'm not fit enough to do comps anymore, Tim. I think Jess could do it. $100. Yes, drop. Jeff says, do you have a Staccato 2011? I do have 3 of them. I just got one and I'm not impressed at all. Oh, Travis, I love mine. I have the XC, the P, and the C2. That is just rude. Why? Why? Tim says, oh, you could still do it, Jess. See? Body too broken. I can't keep up with people, and I went out to a 3-gun comp and got smoked. It doesn't matter. You do it for fun. Do it for fun. King of Say, thank you very much for the super, brother. He says, hey, Google, play Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas.
Okay, Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas. Here it is on YouTube Music.
Hi, Chad. That isn't war? Question mark? Why would it be war? It's called a profitable investment. Swizz Captain says, hello from North Pole. Whoa. Well, hello from the great United States of Brazil de Africa. How are you?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Sorry.
In fact, it was a little frightening.
Ali Sage says Kung Fu Panda. Hello, Swizz. At Ali Sage. Joel again says, what do you think about the Springfield Kuna? For $900, it's viable. It's a cheap roller delayed option versus like an MP5. So for that price, you really can't beat it. Now it's just aesthetically, do you like it? If you do, try it out. I shot it. It was a nice gun. Am I gonna buy it? I don't think so. But maybe if I come across one on a really good deal, yes. Ultra Waistband Jess. Alonzo says, Pete, I need help finding a G33 Gen 4. Ooh. Alonzo, if I seriously come by one at my local gun store I go to quite frequently, I will let you know. where they are and how you can order it.
Those kids were fast as
So Tim says Red Hill has them for competition type holster for which is made for quick draw. $100 for that pistol is insulting. That is why. I obviously know what you're saying, Drop. God. Sarcasm. 3. Eddie says, I take my grip safety when I claim it so I can access it quicker without having to make sure to have a proper grip. To disengage that grip safety, probably a bad idea. But always safety. Bad idea, but safety always on all concealed carry. So Eddie, the only time I would recommend taping or pinning the grip safety is only in competition use. Because sometimes you're shooting around a corner and you're bending at a weird angle, or you're shooting left-handed at a weird angle, and sometimes you can't get that master grip. Is why some people pin it. Other people pin it for looks, and I think that's to each their own, But it is there for a reason, and I don't know. I wouldn't really appendix carry it then. Me personally, I wouldn't. I want my grip safety to be on. But don't do it then. Hey Google, stop music. What a tune, says Michael. This is even better, but I can't play it. Hey Michael. Hey Google, stop music. Tim says everyone is Pete Foo fighting. Whoa, Pete is quick. Drop is this song not war? I guess it is. MMP 22 mag. No, I don't have the 22 mag. I thought about it, but I was like, Chris says, what do you think of the new color combo on a Canik TTI Smoke? It's nice. It's a nice color. I was really hoping for a different gun, but all they did is just change the color from the TTI Combat. So for some people that don't like the bronze, it's, I kind of want to say smart of them to do it as a different color because people will buy it. A gun that's been out already at a different color. A Glock does it all the time. So yeah, I don't hate on it. It's a nice color. Why not both eco? It's awesome sauce 100. You see the blue version. Justin says, good evening, Pete. I'd like to buy a threaded barrel, but I'm concerned nothing works more efficiently than factory. Thoughts? The barrel itself, you'll be fine. It's when you start changing springs and triggers and all that stuff that you should usually do for competition use. People want to dress their gun up, and I get that. I really do. I get it. But when you start messing internally, you start messing with the reliability of it coming out of the factory. So yeah, threaded barrel, no problem. Eco says B, heart, dancing. Coda says everyone was Kang Fu fighting. Richard says them guns no real, bro. Oh, they're real. I would say they're real. But Richard, you're hurting my feelings so much when you say they're not real. Why would you guys say they're not real, bro? It hurts. Jealousy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Drop says that was a tad loud, Pete. Real Steel. Look at his channel. Nice wall. Thank you. Do it now. It looked like a background pick. Background pick? No. That's because you look at HD. Level, no. I got some of those left. Those also. Eddie says, haven't had any problems with the taped grip safety while concealed carry. Plus the T-Set negative grip hurt my hand. Wish it was thicker. I get that. You have the BSR9. Is that BSR? BRS? The double stack one? Yeah, that's a shooter. I had that for a little bit. And I thought that it would jam up on me, and it didn't. I get lucky. A lot of people like buy these guns and they'll be like, "Oh, the gun sucks." Well, you suck. Guns don't suck. It's the shooter that sucks. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah. If you otherwise, you get grip tape or what's it called? A different grip module. If you want to put money into it. If you like the gun a lot, there's nothing wrong with putting money into it. King says, I like LeBron's, but I still like Scottie Pippen. I am a Jordan guy myself, but yes. They were a combo. Michael says, anyone have any thoughts on the Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp? Michael, it's awesome. Now, I have the Bodyguard 2.0. I don't have the carry comp, the new one. And if it shoots anything like the predecessor, which it will, it's just got a comp on it and a lighter recoil spring, there's no problem with it at all. It's a great gun. It's my backup gun. Otherwise, if I'm just running out real quick and I don't want to put my rig on, it's my carry gun. It just sits in a pocket. Sometimes I forget where I put it because it's so small. Eddie says, with all them guns, you could buy night vision. I know, and people have told me that, but I have nowhere to use it. I don't hunt, and I'm not against hunting. I just never done it. I don't have anything to do with it. Like, I thought about buying that Howell Sun thermal, the one that looks like I guess the Ames with the IR beam on top of it, the one for the ARs. But I'm like, what do we do with it? Just go in my backyard and look at nothing? I don't have a purpose for it. That's why. Otherwise, I would have night vision. The boys! What's up, the boys? It says, yo, what's good? It's good to see you. Welcome back. Richard said, nice. It looked cool, though. Thank you. Drop says, oh, Michael, you're about to start him on the Bodyguard. Here we go. See, Drop doesn't like the Bodyguard. He's not a Bodyguard type of guy. He's a Canic Wrangler guy. That's it. So anything else, we can't talk about. Why? Why? It's not a Canic. Why talk about it? Here we go. Here we go, Drop. The boys says, hi. Michael says, oh, really? Michael says, okay, let's have it. Drop says, just wait for it. Wait. So, wait, hold on. When someone asks me a question about a gun, should I not answer it, Drop? Maybe I shouldn't answer these questions. I talked about the gun for 3 weeks, huh? Actually, I haven't. I talked about it one day. Coda says, in the Discord, where is the AI pics of you? I don't have any. Skinmark says, wait for it. Ugh. That was a good one. Oh, that was a good one. Skid says, guns don't suck. I'm looking at the P320 shenaniganeries going on still. It kind of sucks that my ass off. It does. It does. I missed you the other day. Oh, King. So, I was there. King is say, hold on. King is say, I was there. And you have the comments turned off. Oh my God. Oh man, that relieves so much pressure off my back. I'm sorry. Ooh, that smells so good. Yeah, I was there. And then I even called you on Discord. Be like, King of Say, I'm here. And you didn't answer. And then I messaged you. And no one else went in there. It said one viewer, and that was me. He talked about that gun for 3 weeks, seriously. No, I didn't. Michael says, I was expecting worse, Drop him. Drop, I don't know. He has this thing with Canics, and I don't know. I don't know what's with and the Wrangler. That's all he talks about. Wrangler 22, Wrangler 22. Skid's laughing. Same, honestly. I don't know what I've said about that gun. That got his panties in a twist. Austin says, I've got a Smith & Wesson M2.0 3.6 compact. I love. And an LCP Max, but I'm so inaccurate with it. I feel it's not safe. Any thoughts on switching them out for HK VP9 SK and CC9? HK is awesome. So is Smith & Wesson. If you're in, the gun's not inaccurate because I have them both. Well, I have the longer ones. So I have both the M2.0, the competitor, VP9, VP9 Match, and the VP9L. They're all accurate. So Austin, I don't know. 99% of the time it is a shooter. 1% of the time it's probably the gun, but most of the time it's not. So I would have to shoot the gun or have someone else shoot the gun and see if it's accurate first before you make any rash decisions. And he says, I have the PVS 14. I used to use them for keeping coyotes and fox away from the chickens. Nice. I wish I could do that. IDK says, bruh, the bodyguard is fire. It is. It's a great gun. Script is here. What's up, Script? Says the wall is dope with the organization. I don't recall it that way a month ago. Lefo, by the way, what's up, everyone? Okay. Drop says, oh, BS, Pete. Nice try, though. Justin says, I see an Oriental PP. I do too. Michael says, I shot the 2.0, but not the CC. Drop says, I call BS. Justin's laughing. Eddie says, bro, farts on command. It's crazy. It's not on command, but I control it coming out on command. Drop says, you watched those lives, Michael? For real, he did. Okay. Okay, Drop. Upright says, you almost passed out on that one, Pete. No, I did not. Oh, fuck. It's what I ate today. Oh, my God. Torch says, nice collection. Thank you, Torch. Did you like and subscribe, Torch? I have a feeling we're going to hit 9,900 today. I really do. Joe Regard says, I'm back, yo-yo. Michael says, I'll have a look. Joe's laughing. Drop says, because it's awesome. No, it's not. It's not awesome. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm nice to you, Drop, because I feel sorry for you. It's not awesome. Prepper says, hi, everyone. I just bought my first 500 Smith & Wesson. Any recommendations for aftermarket muzzle brakes? No. If you guys have an idea for Prepper, please tell him that gun is a beast. Drop says, how is it inaccurate? Justin says, how long are you going tonight? If it's not for not 4 more hours, I'm not cracking open a beer. It's Justin, maybe 2, like 1 to 2. Drop B plus. I see an Oriental PP. Also says my accurate issue is with the LCP Max. Oh, the little gun. Okay, yeah, there's little guns are inaccurate. It depends like how big is your spread. You know, is it like a 3-inch group, 4-inch group? Like, yeah. Joe says, how many guns do you have? 60-ish, 60 to 70. King says something with the comments. King, yeah, it's your comments are off on your live. So I was there. Then I was there and I called you on Discord to let you know I was there. And then you ended it. I was like, oh no. Johnny B says, I'm home from the Dells, fun times. Yes. I love the Dells. I do. Josh says, we don't know, Joel. John says, script, how long did Pete talk about the bodyguard? Who cares? Johnny says, and I've been drinking, so I can't spell apparently. That massive, I don't know a bit, that's for sure. I drop them. Joel says, I bet those guns aren't accurate anymore. Mine are very accurate. Bro, you can start World War III. Hey, character guy, Thank you. So like and subscribe. Raw says, Pete, you have a little sweater. Pete, you have a little sweater. I do. Yeah, I do. It says Amosexual. It has the American flag with the guns and bullets on it. Job says, there's something very wrong with you, Pete. Laugh aloud. It's because he's a little guy. I know, but I've gained weight. Since I've been starting these lives, I've only been doing it for almost a year. I think I started... Well, have I been doing it more than a year? How long have I been doing lives for? What? For a year, I've been doing lives, and I've gained 20 pounds. Yeah, I gained 20 pounds. I am much fatter than I was when I started. You have to go look back in those lives. You'll be like, oh my God, that guy's like skeleton. I have fat on me now. I have good fat on me now. Got some tits too. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And there's nothing wrong with it, Drop. I don't know what I ate today. I ate a little of everything. I think it's the hush puppies. Eddie says, backwood cigars are great. I like the berry flavored ones with a beater. Eddie, let's do it. Oh God, Drop. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh God. I can hear my stomach making a good one right now. Drop. Charge your phone. Oh God. Oh. Oh my God. Patrick says, what's up, my kneesy pistol peasy? What's up, Patrick? The bodyguard is fired. I don't care. Says IDK. No, it is. The bodyguard is awesome. It's a great backup pistol, even a main pistol. It's literally a point shoot gun. Like, bam. You know, IDK. It's awesome. Joel says the way you farted, there's probably shit in the guns. Oh. Well, they're still accurate. It's just that all my guns now have pink eye. Pink trigger, if you will. Michael says, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Michael, yes. Yes, if you're asking, yes, I have one. It's awesome. It's a great gun. 2%, they aren't hushed now. Kubos says, hello, bro. Hello, Kubos. Eddie says, sticking up in there. It's actually, it smells good, guys. I wish you guys were in the same room with me. We lock the doors and have just a party. Kubo says, but it went up in smoke. He pushes so hard, it's wrong. I think that's the control you're looking at. Like, I'm like controlling it out. Otherwise, if I just let it flew out, I think I would shit my pants. 100%. It's control. It's trigger control. But I relate that to my butthole. It's a butthole control. IDK said, I personally don't care. I personally don't have a Smith & Wesson, but I want one. It's a good first one. I definitely would highly recommend a M2.0 metal or any of the metal ones in that fact, and you will thank me later because they are awesome. Awesome pistols. I always say Glock and Smith & Wesson is like Coke and Pepsi. It's just that the metals are like $900 versus a Glock is like $600. So I think it's overshadowed by Glock. Or they buy the cheap Smith & Wesson, you know. Get that gun. And then you'll come back and be like, wait, Pistol Pete was right. That gun is awesome. Joel's laughing. Upright says, Pete, you're hotboxing up in there with your farts. Wish I was there. Upright Tactical, my man. Hey, I'm just giving myself pink eye. That's all. And he says, more pistols than rifles. Yes. 100%. I have, let's see. Okay, so my rifles are right here. But on the wall, it's missing, I another RPR, my Wilson Combat, my Sugar Weasel, and I call it Megatron. It's a AR-15 long range that I built out. Oh, actually, it's right here, right there on the couch. So, yeah, I definitely have more pistols, and then there's about, I would say about eight to 12 pistols that aren't on the wall. IDK says, I want the M2.0 10 mil to be exact. Smith Wesson is worth 900. It is. So if you can find the M2.0 Performance Center 10 mil for like $700. Like the good 10 mil. I used to have it. I kind of wish I didn't get rid of it, but I don't shoot 10 mil much. You know, I'm not in bear country. I didn't really have a need for it. I don't have a need for a lot of these guns, I should say. I didn't have a want for it anymore. Well, that one has the integrated compensator. It's more of a chunk port on the end of it. I felt like it didn't tame shit. It's a 10 mil. But it's a performance center. And that gun was awesome. It's basically that gun, but 10 mil, all black, with the tip. It had foreskin. Sorry. SIG 211 is crazy expensive. I would say not crazy expensive. I mean, for what it is, because the Oracle 2311 is like $2,400, and the SIG is around the same price. And I don't want to say it's a ripoff of that gun, but no, it's strikingly similar to the Oracle. Strikingly similar. So yeah, I don't know if it's crazy expensive for all the 2011s that are out right now. It is expensive, don't get me wrong. Will I have it? Probably. I'll probably have it in the near future. But if I don't get it like within the next month, I'm not going to get it right away. Because I buy guns to review and get views. And if I get the gun later and I do a review on it, people are going to watch it. They don't care no more. It's not new. It's not the in thing. Zossi. And he says, dude's cooking with all these guns, bro's crazy rich. I am not rich. Nope. Don't get it. I am not rich. I am by far from rich. If I was rich, you would see more guns. IDK says, it's a 10 mil fan. I'm a 10 mil fan, to be honest, but I also like 9, 45, 40, 40, and 45. Is it metal? Mine wall? No. No, wait, shit. I don't know. I only had it for like a month, and I didn't even realize. No, it's not a metal gun. I'm pretty sure it's not. Damn it. You should look that up. I don't know. It's a performance center. I know that. Yeah, look it up right now and tell me, so I know. Drop says, all right, phone is dead. Gonna get later, peeps. Gonna jet later, peeps. Later, drop them. Upright says, I would love to have the MP metal comp carry comp. I might have to go donate some sperm again. Hey, let's go. Sign me up. I remember, hey, so I had to do that one time. Let's just go off to, I had to do that one time. And not to donate it. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, God. Oh, I stop that. Oh, that one's poop. It's coming out. I might have to end the stream early. I feel so selfish in this room by myself without you guys here. Like, it's a wasting. It's just, I'm basking in my own ambience. Where was I? It's not metal, it's polymer. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% because of the price. If it was a performance center metal, I could only see it being $1,000. So, what was I gonna say now before I had to poop? Let's see. I would love. So the carry comp, I don't know where I was going with that. I forgot. The carry comp is awesome. Upright. I would have that 1,000,000% if I didn't have those ones, those two. It'd be like buying a third gun that's updated version, and I don't know, I can't do that because like there's other guns I'd rather have that are different. So that's the only reason why I don't have that and the steel framed spec 5. Because the steel frame spec is amazing. Like how it feels in your hand is amazing because it's all steel. These are metal, but it's aluminum. Or not aluminum, yeah. So it's not like it's like heavy, you know. Maybe I'll get rid of those. Bando, what's up, Bando? It says thoughts on 357 Sig. No problem with it. None at all. I love 357. Great round. I don't have a problem with any round, actually. I believe every round has its purpose. And if it goes bang, hey, sign me up. Eddie says, it was a single stack 1911 thinner grip safety mashes into my support hand, and it's painful with a glove. It's painful with a glove. It's not as painful. It was a single stack 1911 thinner. Oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah, the single stack 1911s, or like a traditional 1911 45 ACP. Yeah, they feel weird because they're thin. So yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say it hurt my hand. I don't think any gun hurt my hand except for. Well, no gun actually hurts my hand. It's shooting it will be not as pleasurable. Let's see. Something about sperm. So the first time I had to go do that, I had to go donate it. Or not donate it, but I had to go and they wanted to check something, and it was rather awkward. It was very awkward to go in there and be like, hey, yeah, I'm here to you know. It was different. Sorry, I'm just reading something here. Okay, sorry. Oh, where am I? Something was for him. Upright retractor something. Brandon says, thoughts on HK416 versus the LMT piston. Okay, so I have not shot the LMT yet. So I couldn't tell you what that recoil felt like. I can tell you that the HK416 is amazing. The short stroke piston, I would say, is one of, if not the best blowback systems there is. Short stroke pistons are awesome. Not only is it cleaner in the chamber or in the receiver, but it's just the felt recoil is crazy soft. Now, if I would say it's only second to a real roller delayed system, but that's me. That's when I shoot them, I like to shoot them side by side. You know, shoot one like 10 rounds, put it down and shoot the next one, and see what that felt recoil is like. And I do like the 416 a lot. I don't have one yet. I don't know why. I have a lot of HKs. I have an HK Neon, but I don't have the 416 yet. The LMT, I'm curious to try it out. Try one of those out, but I don't know anyone that has one, and I don't want to buy it to try it because I've done that so much in my life that it's going broke. Pat says, Pete, you make that shirt yet for me? Oh, I did. Pat, I gotta ship it. Shoot. So yeah, I have it made before I went on vacation. That was like a week ago. And I got back and I forgot. At least I made it. And he says, unless it's in 1911 and it weighs a ton. Upright says, I'm starting off the bid for Pete's contaminated drawers. $40. Wartime says, pedal cochino. Oh, that sounds gross. Tim says, would everyday carry Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum? I would. Pat says $69. Oh, good number. Jacob says, what's your favorite gun? I don't have a favorite. I do like all my guns. Giles is here. He says, how good are Black Friday gun deals? During Black Friday, I have never looked at gun prices. They're good. You know, that's Black Friday is when a lot of the guns will have this like super sale or accessories. And is it a lot more off than like say another like Labor Day sale or whatever? I wouldn't say it's marginally like it's a small margin. Better than normal is what I say. Jacob says, and what is your most reliable gun? My most reliable guns are my Glocks. IDK says, did they give you good material? Did they give you from what again? I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, you know what? IDK, I think it was a freaking magazine, and that's gross back then because it's like, how many people were just touching that magazine? That's the first thing I thought. I was like, ugh. Some of these pages feel like, you know, when something gets wet and it's dried up. So I closed my eyes. I was watching TV in my head. Larry Bird, what's up, brother? Says Pete, aka the Oriental John Rambo. 1000%. I love you, man. Pat says, Giles, check out PSA Premier Arms and Optics Planet. Wartime says, Pedal Pedoro. Wartime, I know you're a pedo, but you don't have to tell. It's a safe place. If you're a pedophile, it's okay. It's actually not. We will kill you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Pirate Pete says, I'm the real Pete. You are, Pirate Pete. You are. Giles says, are those usually the best? Yes. Especially for ammo. Yeah. For ammo, 1000%. That's like when I buy a lot of my ammo is on Black Friday. Like local stores, I'll buy like thousands of rounds. I'll try to buy enough to last me the year. It doesn't happen, but I try. And he says that 1911 flip up and down safety pushes into my left support hand because it bulges out. Thoughts about shaving. Oh, thought about shaving it down. Okay, so it's the gun. and the way you grip. Do you have a high grip? I'm assuming you have a high grip if it's doing that. And usually it's offset by adjusting your grip to a low grip and pushing down on the safety with your main hand, your trigger finger hand. Because your thumb should be riding that safety down. If you're like me and you like to shoot with thumbs up, you have to learn. Because each gun is different. Each gun is different in how you shoot it. I have that problem with my DWX, but I have to adjust my grip. It's just the way it is. Pat says, yes, Midway USA is a good too. Yes, Midway USA is awesome. That's where I built my 6 arc. Giles says, okay, dope. Wartime says, how do you get ammo for the cannon? Smith & Wesson 500. Well, you buy it at your store. IDK says, what's the tiny pistol besides the big revolver? That is a Sterling 22 from 1974. Brandon says, I like my LMT more. Yeah, if you like it more, awesome. I've never shot it, so I don't speak on things that I have not shot. So if that felt recoil is better, I mean, I believe you. I'm gonna have to really try to find one. Giles says, can you get a 416 in America? Yes. I didn't think they were legal. I thought the MR43 was illegal. No, you can get a HK 416. Those are perfectly legal. It's the MP7 you can't get. Ben says, hey, you made it. You made it though. Level out now. Just got to find a box and put their shirt in and shot show patches, and then a week later take it to the post office. Pat. Jamie says, my everyday carry is a Smith & Wesson Governor. Nice. With first and fourth rounds are 410 buckshot, and the surrounding 4 are Colt 45. Fire. Jamie, I like that idea. That's actually pretty, yeah, I like that. Upright says $72. Ooh, Pat goes to 420. Well, I'm gonna have to box up these shorts. Airtight. Oh, maybe I should ship it off in a mason jar so the smell's there. It has to be authentic. I can't okay. Mason jar, free of charge. Art says hello from Russia. Art, hello from the great United States of Brazil da Africa. 69 Film says, what's your most expensive setup? That would be my, I'm pretty sure my Staccato XC. Pat says 556. Oh my God. Chad says, weird stuff. What's up, Chad? Pat says, English, Mr. Spaghetti. I like that. So, like and subscribe, Mr. Spaghetti. Chad, Wojak. Ethan says, can I have one? Can you subscribe? And he says, I choke up high on my guns. It's comfortable. That GBRS grip, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so you have like a Bob Vogel grip? Do you can't? Like, do you really can't it up? I do that on some guns. It depends on what I'm shooting. And if I'm shooting like if I'm competing, well, no, it depends on the gun. It really does for me. I usually use a standard grip. I don't high grip much, but I do on some guns that I feel that my double taps need that. Wartime says, where can I, where I can't find it anywhere. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Ammo Seeker. If you go to Ammo Seeker, Wartime, they are great on giving you real-time prices and what's in stock and where. Where that my ass off, says Giles. Giles, are you talking about the ammo too, or? Logan says, thoughts on Geisley Super Duty rifles. Geisleys are awesome. They are. And their triggers are, I don't want to say bar none because each trigger has its place, but their Geisleys are sweet. They are. 69 says LMT is nice. I like the heavy quad rails like Knights or DD though. Cheese grater for the win. I don't like those, but to each their own. I don't hate you because you like them. They're nice. I just don't prefer the quad rails. I don't like all this junk on my guns, but I don't use night vision and lights and all that stuff. If it was like my home protection gun, I put lights on it. But otherwise, like those lights that you see on these guns, like most of these guns, I take them off when I go and compete. So they're up there right now for a show, I guess. So yeah, to each their own. And LMT, I haven't tried yet. Knights are awesome. DD is awesome. I'm just not a fan of the quad rail. I guess it's the way I grip the rail. I don't like it. Carmine says, hi, Sneaky Pete. What's up, Carmine? Alonzo says 10.57. What is that, Alonzo? What is 10.57? I'm kind of curious. Jess says 7 months. Whoop, whoop. Jess, hey, gang, gang. Carmine says, Sneaky Pete has their devil suit on. I still said you need the devil horns. I forgot. I do have to make a new one. I have a bunch of new sweaters coming out, or t-shirts, whatever, and they will be out. Oh, and Jess with the snipe. Oh, thank you, Jess. I know it's to become the stream boss, but still, thank you. Eddie says, thumb over thumb technique helps you manage recoil. Yeah, a lot of people do thumb over thumb. Just don't push down. A lot of people under recoil don't notice it, but they'll be pushing down on this thumb. But on a 1911, the thumb over thumb doesn't work because of that safety. The thumb has to go over the safety. You can't, trust me, thumb over thumb does not work on a 1911. I compete with 3 different 1911s, and no one does thumb over thumb. It's thumb is over your safety. You're pushing down on a safety, and then it's technically over, but it's not touching your other hand. Adrian says, what comp you think is the best in your opinion? If we're talking about aftermarket comps, it's the Ramjet. 1,000,000%. It's the Ramjet. Alonzo says Ramjet. See? Think alike. Upright says, sold to Pat for $556. 69 says, at wartime. Check out Black Butterfly Ammo Solid Reloader. I'm going to have to check that out, 69 Films. What are they called? Black Butterfly Ammo. Hold on. Let me put this in here because I'm always on a hunt for good ammo. Okay, Black Butterfly Ammunition. Okay. Well, I'm going to check it out too. Let's see. Carmine says, all those old school grips. Laugh out Elmer Fudd with the handgun. IDK says, bro, I want to put a comp on my G19M, Glock 19M, right? What's a good budget option? Not super cheap, but not the same price as the gun. Do you have a threaded barrel? I mean, you need a threaded barrel for a comp. You must have a threaded barrel, right? King of Say thank you. Let's see. Jess, I'm the boss. Who the boss? Jess the boss. Desert says, hello. Just came in, drop a like. I just finished my live. Well, I hope you had a good live, Desert. Marca says, hi from Indonesia. Hi from the great United States of Brazil to Africa. Marca, if you are new, please like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 9,900 subscribers. Jess says, I am the boss, Tim. Yes, she is. You be careful. Damn right. Alonso says, 1059. Your goal percentage is... Oh. Hey. Not gonna complain. Thank you, everybody. Just as gotta spread the love where I can. Need to make it to 1069. We do. Just as you're good people, can't let good people go to the wayside. Hey, thank you, Jess. You are good people. Five gals of slip says Whamjet. Whamjet. 69 says your favorite handgun to compete with. Ah, ah. That's so. I change. I don't stick with the gun for a season. I don't. I can't. I hate it. And that's because of content. I have to make content with different guns. So that being said, the last like 6 months, it's been my Staccato XC. I've done it with my VP9 match. My Shadow Systems DR920P. My MPX. What else have I competed with? Oh, my Shadow. That one's probably second most. I think that's it. There's probably another one I can't think of, but those are the main ones I've shoot. So right now it's a Staccato XC. Next comp I go to, possibly this coming Tuesday, depends on how my fingers are. I'm gonna do it with my my Prodigy. Where is it? Right there. I'll do it with that gun. I just did the whole trigger job on it and an EGW in it. So I think all the min parts are gone. Plus you have the EGW. So I want to test that out. And what better way to test out a gun than in competition, right? And I am not one of those competitors where they shoot right before they compete or the day before. I'll go cold a week or two. And people think I'm crazy. But hey, I got kids. Kirby says, who convinced anyone a Glock 19 needs a compensator? Who convinced anyone? I don't know. It's an in thing. Compensators and ports are in thing right now. Doesn't need it, but is it fun and does it make it go on target faster? Like you return zero? Yeah, they all do. But you don't need it. I don't need them on mine, but I like them. I do. IDK says no, but I plan on putting one. Yeah, I would. Drop says back at 23%. Nice. Jesse Bear says, now that's a setup. Well, thank you. Thank you. It must be the blades that did it for you, right? The blades of chaos. However, if you go on my channel, all these weapons are on my channel except for the blades of chaos. I cannot find a range that will let me spin those around my head. 6'9" says, variety is a spice of life. Right. I know. I like shooting my Staccato. I do. I recently put Terran Tactical grips on it. And it's like a Terran Tactical XC right now. So if Terran Tactical took a Staccato XC and made it his, it'd be that. And I love it. It has a grip reduction. And I didn't think I would like a grip reduction on a 2011. I really didn't. Because all my other 2011s have the full size grip. That one has a slight grip reduction. Terran puts a grip reduction on it. And at first I was like, I don't know about that. But I like the knurling. And I was like, I'm going to do it anyways. And with the grip reduction, if you're used to the standard grip, you do get better trigger manipulation. So I do like that better now. Let's see. Jesse Bear says that Shadow System is a banger. It is. Jesse, that the Shadow System's DR920P, it has to be the P, is the Shadow Systems again. 10 million %. It is the one. It has the largest factory compensator. It's actually the largest compensator, period. If you guys know a compensator that is bigger than a DDR9020P, let me know. It's bigger than my XC. Well, actually, no, never mind. That's bigger. I take that back. Let me rewind. Let me take that back. Factory. Yeah, it is the Glock clone. Yes, I actually got a competition holster for that. Where is it? That's way over there. I can see it. I got a Ghost competition holster for it so I can compete in IDPA with it. And I can't wait. That thing is sweet and it's accurate as all hell. I remember when I first took it out of the box, I took it to the range. I didn't have my camera on me. 99 was there not recording, but he was watching. And I shot it the first 5 rounds. It was like the same hole at 10 yards. Like I thought I was shooting off paper. I was like, bro. And he was like, I know I'm an awesome shooter, but this gun makes me awesomer. So yeah, Jesse, I agree. 3 says, like and subscribe. Tip says, ni hao. Hello, back, almost done. Says 3, it's not stop tonight, sis. Non-stop. Seriously, same. It's a full moon. Woo! Rick Head says, pop, pop, pop. From England. Hello, Rick. Like and subscribe. Drop says, weld some chains on those blades, Pete. Well, there's chains on them, but if I welded real ones, Drop, you have to come do that. I would mess up and weld the blades together. And can you imagine if I welded and something happened and it flew off? Man. Oh man. Where am I? Tim says, God damn, autocorrect. Rick, sorry. 69 says, you ran a PDP Pro X yet? The X is the compensator one, right? No, I have not. Just the PDP Pro SF, the steel frame. I shot that in the polymer version, and I don't like the polymer ones anymore after shooting the steel. And it kind of sucks when you go into something like that. It's like, damn, why do you have to have 2 options? But yeah, I have not shot the X yet. I almost bought one just to try it. Carmine says, well, since Larry Kelly of Magnaport, notwithstanding, really? If I could shoot a 9mm or 30 special well, I call it good bow stock. Many gadgets do not a good shooter make. Do not make a good shooter? Do not make a good shooter. No, it doesn't. Now, Carmine, I know what you're getting at. But equipment, if you give good equipment to a shitty shooter, what does it do? It makes a shitty shooter shoot a little better. Now you take that good equipment and you give it to a pro shooter, what happens? Even better. You know, so some of these things are old school people don't want to change. They don't want this and that. Oh, why do you need this? Why do you need that? You don't. Why do you need, like the people with red dots? Think about the red dots. Irons. It's only about irons. It's irons, irons, irons. Why are you red dot? Irons, irons, irons. The quicker target acquisition. Bad eyes. You know, it helps. Now, if you take someone that can shoot, say a Glock 19, very fast, right? Very fast. Say you can shoot fast. Get on target fast. Now you put a ramjet in there and you give that to the same guy. Do you think he's not going to shoot faster? He's going to shoot faster. Trust me. Because I'm that guy. I am not one of those guys that won't try something different. But yes, equipment doesn't make a shitty shooter a pro. It will help them. And I don't agree with it. So like that's why I tell people shoot a Glock 19 with a heavy trigger and learn that trigger. Once you can do that, try the other triggers out and it'll be awesome. Now, if you give a new shooter a Glock 19, you train them how to shoot that gun. They're going to be exceptional shooters with the better guns. Now you take a new shooter and you give them a Staccato XC. And they train with that gun. A light 2-pound trigger. Now you put a Glock 19 into their hands. Do you think they're going to shoot that Glock 19 well? No, they're not. So I understand where you're going with it, but yeah, that's why there's equipment for athletes in every sport. Tim says 69 films. You see the new PDP F Pro 9mm flush comp. Eddie says, I got to bounce. Hope you have a good evening. Fun stream. Thank you. Tim says, bye, Eddie. 69 says, oh, yeah, I want that comp. Thoughts on slingshots? Black Tri Wildlife. I think they're awesome. I grew up on them. Mass Crimson says, are they guns real? They are real. Go to an actual welder, dude. Laugh out loud. I know I'm joking, drop. Matt Crimson says, I'm new, by the way. Matt Crimson. Awesome. Like and subscribe. Jesse says, laugh out loud. I just seen the ray gun. Ha, awesome, Madden. Thank you. And that ray gun is a torch. Chop says, we were all new once. I am speechless. Says, yo, Tactical Llama is live. Nice. So am I. Max says, oh, snap. I saw that as well. 69 says, I need to try the steel frame. I guess I love the X. But yeah, and love the X. If you love it, love it. Great. Get it and you'll love it. The steel frame does not have a comp one yet, but if you took the steel frame versus the comp version, the steel frame will probably outperform that one because it's weighted in the center. I feel like it does. Let's see. Where am I? Do you have High Point 45? No, I have a High Point C9. Echelon, please rate. Well, on a 1 to 10, I was an 8. Echelon, I think the Echelon is an excellent gun. Pete Likey says, drop him. A High Point 45. Ramjets are gay, says Larry Bird. Tim says, Carmine, a better trigger makes a world of a difference. It does. Charles says, if guns was STDs, you'd be loaded. That's true. Kirby says, well, irons don't run dead batteries. True, they don't. Those batteries tend to die. Yes, they do. I just love success. I love it as well. That's why on my competition pistols, well, not on my competition, on my carry pistols, I have backup irons. King of Say, thank you, brother. Thank you, I appreciate it. Labman Charles, what about a High Point 45? No, we are so close to 10K. Really? You 100% right about this, Pete. Thank you, Larry Bird. I don't know. I'm far behind. Let's do this! Says 3. Kirby says, I started on Smith & Wesson Model 10 and love the various Colts. Yes. 49 likes. Oops, 50. Okay, we're getting there. Tim says, Carmine, we all have our likes, and if you like irons, that's good, but my Hollow Sun has battery and solar backup. Oh. Jeffrey says, do you like High Point 45 Gen 2? I don't know which one that is. King says, Carmine says, that's cool, and I may change as eyes get weak. Yeah, and if you don't, that's fine. Carmine, like, think about it. We all like different things. You're not right, and you're not wrong. 100%. I'm just telling you why equipment is important to top shooters. I don't see this is how I feel about equipment. I don't agree with a brand new shooter doing all that shit to their gun, changing the trigger, changing recoil springs, changing internals. Just because they want to do it, and they don't know how to do it. They just pay someone to do it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a new shooter getting a light trigger. A 2011, I just don't agree with it. Unless it's a traditional 45 ACP with a heavy trigger, I don't agree with it. You need to learn basics. It's like this. A new driver, right? A brand new driver. You put them in like a Corolla, a Camry, you know, a nice car like that. You don't stick them in a Hummer or a Indy F1. You don't do that. You have to learn. They both go A to B, but one has better, nicer equipment. So that's what I mean by it. And I'm thinking I'm pretty sure is that you're getting at? That's what I felt like you were getting at, but you were just saying it differently. I could be wrong. 3 says, PPW reads every comment. And he will get to yours soon. In the meantime, like and subscribe. Woo! She means it. 69 says, and the old TreasureCon TA31 has trillions to the 10-year lifetime and IAD proof glass. The tritium. There we go. Carmen says, my opinion only. Yes, and your opinion is welcome, Carmen. We love you. High Point is life, says 3. Oh man. West says, Echelon 4.0, Hellcat Pro 365X. Your thoughts? Echelon 4.0. I would take the Echelon over all those. Now, that's in its stock configuration. Like, out of the box, I can't do nothing to it. Echelon. If I could do stuff to it, it's the 365. But Echelon is no slouch. Now, Hellcat Pro is awesomely accurate. So if they were out of the box, just like that, it would be the Echelon, then the Hellcat, then the 365. That's what I would go with. I've had them all. Well, no, I haven't had the Echelon 4.0. I've shot it extensively, but I don't have it. The Pro I had, but I got rid of it when I got my 365s. I got 3X macros because I wanted to customize. And I love mine now. That one is awesome. The other ones are nice as well. Tim says, whatever works for you, Carmine, and I'm glad we get these talks. We learn what others like or don't. We just learn from each other. 3 Hood Heater Mama. Stop it, Tim. Larry says, you write about it. About if you start training with the Glock, you can shoot anything after that. Yes. You got the heavy trigger pull. It's a Glock. But it's ultra reliable. And when you start taking shit apart, I've had people come to me. They'll buy, like a Prodigy, and they'll just rip it apart. Pete, what do we do now? You do it yourself. I told you not to buy that gun. Although I love mine, I told you not to buy it as a first gun. And if you do not take that apart. Oh, I know how to take guns apart. Now look at you, coming to me for help. I don't answer my phone sometimes. Because they don't pay me. And I don't want to help you because you didn't listen. Jeffrey Stone says sorry. About what? For life, Tim. Why sorry, Jeff? Yeah, why? 520 Fergie says certain like them. Certain like them. Do you like bullpups? I do. My Hellion is awesome. I love it. I got rid of my Tavor for that. Sloan says, me? I'm new? Well, welcome. Like and subscribe. Alonzo says, I agree about the trigger, Pete. Well, thank you, Alonzo. Hey, thank you. Carmine says, I agree. I always took as many classes as I could, and we do agree 100%. See, I figured that's what Carmine was saying. Jesse says, laugh a lot. I have a Hummer H3 and it's nice. It's nice shit. Hey, I love the H3. But as your first car, be careful. Wussy's here. What's up, Wussy? What's up, mister? How's it going? It's going. We're trying to make it. Oriental Man on YouTube. John says, pew pew. Joe says, do you own any Cicados? I do. There's 2 up there. I own 3. Pat Pat sending happy welcome, Jeff, to Pete's World. Yes. Joe, yes, he has 3. Michael says, Leflo, that's a lot of happy poop emojis. Hey, whoever is sending the happy poop, it's Pat. I know. Pat, thank you so much for the poop. Like I said, I don't see it. So if you guys see that, let me know. So I can give a shout out to whoever is sending me these emojis. Jeffy says, what about 5.7? Only 5.7 I have is FN 5.7. It's peanut butter, but I don't shoot it much because the rounds are too expensive and I'd rather shoot my 9. Awesome, I want the P, says Joe. The P is great. Mine's highly customized, but yeah, it is a great gun. People that hate on it, I don't know why. Maybe because of the price. People just sometimes hate a company to hate. There's not one company out there that everyone loves. So, and there's not many people like me that like all guns. So if you want an honest opinion, I will give it to you. Pat said, had to poop. I don't understand the 5.7. It's a round that doesn't have a lot of recoil, shoots fast, and then back in the day it had that armor piercing 5.7. That's not really armor piercing anymore, you know. But yeah, and it's an in thing. It's one of those in things. Scott says, what about the Ono Vermilion Mass Driver? Do you have that weapon? I do not. I don't even know what that is. I think it's a niche caliber. That's what I just said. It is. It's an in thing. It's a P90 round, and it's in guns right now, so. It's in pistols now. Jeff says pistol. Yes, I do have one. Philip says, I'm asking a lot of gun tubers. Opinions of Glock 26, and how about a Glock 26 vs. 43 review? Well, I have that review on my channel, but good luck finding it. It's deep embedded. When the 26 first came out, not a couple years ago. I had a 26 a couple years ago, and I had that versus, I forgot what it was versus. I had like 3 or 4 guns on there, and they're all versus each other. But one's fatter than the other, and one's, the 26 kicks because if you don't have that pinky extension, you only have this many 2 fingers on it. So it is not a comfortable gun to shoot unless you have that pinky extension. 43 is too small. It's too small. You need a 43X at least for me. And really costly, yes. 5.7 pistol. Mystique says, how much does one Glock cost? I don't know. Anywhere from 4 to 7, I guess. It ranges. And hi, Mystique. Jay says, sup, playa? Glad you're online. World need more good vibes. Thank you, Jay Dilly. Like and subscribe. Alonzo said that Comp Echelon next or something else. I don't know. Alonzo, the reason why I don't get an Echelon is because it's a money pit for me. The Echelon has a removable FCU like the 365s and 320s. And as you can see what I did with mine, I'm going to get an Icarus script. So that's out of the box another $400. Then it has a universal optic mounting system, SRO, or a Trijicon. It's a money pit for me. So I'm trying to stay clear from it. But I can't say never. Daniel says, you got a ray gun though? Do I? It's right there. Ooh, God, I must. Ooh. You said ray gun. It's right there. Could use it for self-defense. Yes. Carmen says that is funny. They take a gun apart, throw it all in a paper bag, minus some parts, then take it somewhere to get it fixed and complain about missing parts. Oh my God. We won't even start on that one, Carmine. We will not start on that one. Jeffrey says, nice. 3 says, it's time to like and subscribe. Peso says, holy, you have a hell of a collection there, brother. Thank you. Like and subscribe as well. Jesse says, laugh loud. Definitely not the first car, but I will say it holds my rifles well, yes. What's your thoughts on Canik? It's great. Canik's are nice guns. I've had the executive and loved it, but traded it for a Yamaha 1700. What are you 1700? Hey, whatever makes you happy, right? I have a few Canics up there. Memory says Marlin 336, Remington 870. I can't speak on that. Yeah. Why is 5.7 not armor piercing now? The old 5.7 rounds aren't the way they used to be, and I can't speak exactly on that. But I can't speak on it. There is, like, you know, those blue tips. They're not the same. I don't exactly remember what it is. Pete, we need a 26X versus a 43X. I don't have them anymore. What do you think about the 29 and the 30? They're great. They're different calibers. It's a Glock. You can't go wrong with it. Says IDK. Pat says, actually, I'll just do it when I get my 26X. There you go. Jesse says, better call safety on that Ripper. I could knock you out so easy. Jeffy says, I could knock you out so easy. Yeah, I know you could. That'll be my first vid. I am gonna love it. Squeaker says, drop him. IDK says, bro, you're gonna shit your pants. No, I have control. It's like trigger control. Tim says, laugh out. That's gonna seep through the fence and the kid's gonna go night-night. Job says, I tell him that every time. Stop pushing so hard. So it's not no, it's called control. That's why it looks like I'm pushing. Rich Dauphin says 6. Yes. Tim says, Pete, sleeping gas. I know, I'm getting sleepy. Back. I'm back. F work. What's up, Reacher? Show says, your videos us about guns? Yes. Yes, they are. Reacher says yes. Musta Joe says, the last live I was on, there was about 7 guns. I scroll and you have the whole gun store. Hey, it is what it is. Well, thank you for showing up, Musta Joe. Please like and subscribe as well. We are trying to hit 10K. I don't know how we are and where we're at, but we're trying to get there. Donkey Dick. I love your name. Says, building my first AR with an arrow position lower. Any recommendations on an upper? No, because when you marry the two, upper and the lowers, if you're buying a completed lower and a completed upper, it's not really building it. It's just buying 2 separate pieces and putting them together. When you do that, if that upper receiver is loose on the lower, you might be in some kind of trouble there. So just get another arrow upper. And even then, it's not 100% that they're gonna be perfect, but yeah, get whatever your little heart desires and cross your fingers. Truthfully. Shosho says, my dad would love to watch you if you do gun videos. I do. I have guns. I do nothing but gun videos. So yeah, tell your dad to like and subscribe as well. I have videos on anything gun related, in competition videos, some reviews, those little stupid videos where the guy's going like this. I do that to get you guys to come in. You know, I don't like that. I just do it. Where am I? Michael says, I'm hoping to pick up a new carry gun next month for my birthday. Still don't know what to get. Michael, what are your thoughts? What's in your little heart right now? Let us know. Josh says, how many do you have now? I don't know. I'll check in just a second. You got a gun that'll take out torts? Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk. Drop says, and what are they? Jeffrey says, what is your favorite hunting rifle if you hunt deer? I don't hunt. I wish I did. I just don't. But if I did, I'll take my Tika T3X out there in 308. Let's see. He doesn't hunt. I know it's sad. Oh, okay. Memory says Winchester 1892 Marlin 44 Remake. Ooh. Beautiful gun. Jesse's going to check out your reviews out. Going to check your reviews out. We'll return later, Jesse. Hey, thought on 4570 subs for home defense, 500 grade. Well, his name is N1 Suicide. So 4570 for home defense. No. Holy moly, that is a lot. See? Wonders says, do you see when you aim? No. I point and pray. Because I am the Chinese. I am from the China. King says, what's the most expensive pistol in the world at random? I don't know. And they can't even, like, even if you Google or ask Gronk, he won't know, because there's so many guns that are being high buck because of customization or 24 karat gold plated and engraved, all of that stuff. But I don't know. What's your favorite caliber and guns? What's your favorite caliber and guns? Well, my favorite caliber is 9. I like them all. I guess I don't have a favorite style. Yeah, I don't have a favorite style. I do like, though, that in my 2011s that I can do my own trigger job without really having to polish anything. You could just play with the leaf spring. With other guns, you have to be doing polishing and changing springs and doing all that shit. So, let's see. Drop says probably the meteorite guns, 1911s. Michael says my little heart says I'm too broke to get all the guns I want. But out of all the little ones, all the guns you want, give us a list. Maybe we could help you. But in the end, it is up to your little heart. It's whatever your little heart desires. Jeffrey Soul says, that is really nice. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Drop says they will probably never be fired. Wait, what is Drop talking about now? What my guns or? Wade says yes, it'll work fine. It'll just look terrible in court. That 4570. Maybe it depends on what kind of gun it is. I'm just saying it's going through walls. Jeffrey says, I would do the same thing. Don't worry. Jesse says, the old pray and spray. Yeah. Well, he asked, do you see when I aim? So he's making a retarded joke of my Oriental heritage. Because I have slanty eyes. Like this. Like I have slanty eyes like this, like those Koreans. Like I thought my eyes are more oval. Because I'm to Vietnam. I don't even think I'm full Oriental because my eyes are like rounder than some of my friends and they're white and black. Oh man, I love it. Jeff says, pray and spray, probably shitting myself. Those meteorite guns are so sassy. Drop, what is a meteorite gun? I need to know. I don't know what that is. I'm not hip to the new slang. Jesse says, yeah, it was so classy. No need for stereotypes. Oh, Jesse, no, we do that all the time. I am very racist. To everybody. It doesn't hurt my feelings one bit. I play with it. I think it's funny. Ask everyone. See? Pat says, Pete is Viet Cong. Yes, and people don't see that. Maybe I don't look like a traditional Vietnam person, but I am to Vietnam. Maybe better if I put my rice patty hat on, huh? It's literally a gun made of a meteorite. Oh, wait. I want one. Jeffrey's laughing. Gage says, is everything in the back real? Yes. And if so, that's impressive setup. Impressive. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you, Midge. Like and subscribe, brother. We are trying to get to 9,900 subscribers. Let's see. Drop says, no. 2 guns. 2 guns. Yeah, he's confusing me. Michael says, I'm stuck between the Ruger RXM, Echelon, oh no, or getting a 1911 45. I don't know why I've been stuck on getting the Ruger LCP. No, Ruger LCP, no, Michael, no, don't do it, don't do it. Don't get the LCP, it's so small. Get the body. Oh God, drop. This is it, drop. Oh, I really thought this was the time I was gonna shit my pants. Like, actually shit it. I should invite my kids in here, huh? Be like, hey guys, come in here. I guarantee you they will be, Dad, what the yeah. Just saying. Where am I? Where am I? Is that a 25 in the back? No, it's not. Throw it on, laugh aloud. Mando. What's up, Mando? Cabot made 1911s out of meter. Oh, they did? Okay. See, those. Yeah, Cabot, they're no joke. They make the most expensive guns. I don't want to say the most, but they're very expensive. Gene says, just got the Glock 19 Gen 5. Can't put it down. Nice, Gene. Congrats. Drops his mirror guns made of meteorite. Yeah, I didn't know they were made out of meteorite. I know Cabot. In any case, I don't mean this with disrespect. You look like Alvarez from Sons of Anarchy. I'm going to have to look him up. I take that as a compliment. Mando. I don't know what that is. What is that? That emoji. GM fan says, what's good, OG? What's up, brother? Same ones, Paul. Says drop. AI Fun says, I know where you live. Oh! GM says, collection is 6 as F. Wish I could show you mines. Hey, like and subscribe, GF. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, brother. He needs to go wipe. No. Maybe. ALVV says GM. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Drop says happy poop right on cue. Justin says WTF. He must have just scrolled and then saw that. I love it. I love it, Justin. Like and subscribe too. Jeffrey says by the time they get in, they'll pass off. GM, thank you. If you're new and you subscribe, thank you very much. It helps a lot. It does help this little Oriental man make it in the YouTube world. Pat says, monkey. Michael says, laugh out. I think it looks like a little fun gun. A fun little gun. I've shot the LCP. The Ruger. Ruger's awesome. I don't know, something about that little gun. Maybe it's because it's like too little. Like the bodyguard's little. And at least I can get all my fingers around it. But the Ruger, I can't. But that Ruger would be a pocket rocket for sure, Michael. That would be a pocket rocket. I would say get it. Because if you like something, you keep going back to it, thinking about it, you need to do it. Because that's the one. 100%. IDK says, you should watch Son of Anarchy. It's a 10 out of 10 show. Okay, I'll watch it. I swear I've seen that or an episode or two. So is The Shield. Good series. The Shield, isn't that cop show? Oh my God. Is The Shield that cop show where the main guy on the front of it looks like Drop 'em? I think it is. Without the beard? I swear. I'm going to have to look now. Maybe whenever you get a chance, look up High Point Gen 2 45. Okay, I'll look it up right now. I thought you were joking at first, Jeffrey. I have a High Point C9, okay? Wait, what is it? The High Point, what? High Point Gen 2 45. All guns are good until they're not. You know, it's like, what? Page not found. What? Come on. Oh, it's the 45 version of the Yeet cannon. That's a Yeet cannon right there. So yeah, is it gonna be as reliable as a Glock? No, it's not. But keep it clean and keep your fingers crossed. I'm gonna get that gun in 9 where it says Yeet cannon on the side of it. I want that for the collection. Will I keep it as like my everyday carry? No. It has reliability issues, but there are High Points that don't have them. And a lot of times the guns that these High Point owners have, and they say, oh, mine works all the time. They shoot it like once a year. You know, they don't shoot it thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of rounds. So just know that. But as long as you keep it oiled and cleaned, it'll work. My C9 is a piece of shit. I tell people I love it because I'm trolling. And it's funny. So I hope some of these people actually don't believe me when I say it's my favorite gun. It's not. It's my least favorite. But I love my High Point. Every gun has a space, has a spot, you know. It has a spot. Drop says not quite as gritty as SOA, but good. Yeah. See, it is. See, I knew it. I knew it. It's a biker show. Okay. Jesse says I can't shoot small guns. Those OJ Simpson, these OJ Simpson hands fit like crab around the grip. So it would look like a little squirt gun to you. You know, it probably has no recoil. You can hold it and shoot it between right here. Drop laughing, so I'm right. IDK says, while you're looking up stuff, I'm telling you, look up Alvarez from Sons of Anarchy. Okay. Hold on. That's awesome. That's cool. I just need a fatter mustache. Yeah, I could do that. I could be like his son, right? I like that. Michael says, yeah, I'm gonna get it, but I just don't know when my thing is gonna try to get as many as the older model guns I want right now before getting the newer models. Huh. Well, you have to do your research, yeah, when new ones are coming out. For sure. And hopefully they drop in price. Is that why? I'm guessing. Jeffrey says, yeet! Yeah. So, Jeffrey, I would get it. That one I would get. If it looked like mine, I would say no. Because mine is junk. But that one is a better version of mine, wherever that is over there. Raheem says, hi, Raheem. Oblick says, is the background a green screen? Nope, it's real. Drop says, no. Oh, you guys are going to set him off. Wade says, yeah, but who wants to shoot a High Point thousands of time anyway? Me. Me. If I can. I'll shoot any gun 1,000 times. I don't care. I will do it. Unless it's uncomfortable. All real. Paul says, any experience with CZ aftermarket triggers? Yes. They're a bitch. CZs are no fun. They're not. If you're talking about like the PO1s or the Shadows, they are not fun. The sear cage is a bitch and a half. Like, and be careful. If you've never done a CZ and you plan on doing it and you have no experience, do it with a towel over your head and some glasses on, because you are gonna lose like the lifter spring. The lifter spring will fly out of there, and it is teeny. It is a teeny thin spring. If you're working in carpet, good luck. You ain't finding it. I bet you $1 million you won't find that spring. Not gonna do it. It's hard enough to find it on a hardwood floor. Anyways, the sear cage is a bitch. Yeah, I have Occasion Gunworks in my PO1. I have Occasion Gunworks in my one of my Shadow 2s, and then that Shadow 2 was a DASA that I changed to an SAO. So, yes, I have experience with them, and they are not fun. But they're cool. They are. They're really cool. Oblix says, holy F, nice collection. Thank you, Oblix. Please like and subscribe. Job says, yeah, buddy. Jesse says, how about what I look like? Haha. Wait, what? That's about what I look like? Jesse says, well, we look the same. IDK says, no, not his son. He kills him. Oh. I'm gonna have to watch it. I remember someone telling me that now because I was really into that show. Oh my god, was it Son of Anarchy? Wait. What is a show where it was like true story for the first 2 seasons about a biker gang? Is that Sons of Anarchy? And then the next seasons kind of sucked because it was like fake. Oh my god, what show was that? Oh my god, it was so good too. Maybe someone know what I'm talking about. Gene says, High Point is a jammer. It is. Job like no other, yes. Warrior says, what's your favorite 1911? Right now, it's either my Staccato XC, my C2, or my Prodigy. Mine, laugh aloud. Says, drop. Oblick says, are you only into pistols, any knife collections? No, I don't have a knife collection. I have knives, like cheap knives, like Gritter and Smith & Wesson, and I can't even think of the other brands. They're just cheap knives. I get with the gun, or I think a one-off that I'll buy. But yeah, I don't have any of those like $2,000-$3,000 knives. Drop says 95% yes. Michael says, I'll take that bet, laugh aloud. Few rifles, yes. Isidro says, nice collection you got there. Thank you. Thank you. Jeffy says, I have a High Point 45 single stack 9-round magazine, one in the chamber, and shot just fine. See? And I'm glad you have one that shoots fine. Mine! Both my High Points suck. So I'm glad you got a good one. That's the first time I sat on a fart, and that was gross. That felt gross. It like went through my balls. The left side. It just like went up. That was not. I'm never doing that again. Oh God, it stinks. Good. Isidro says, the Louis skin caught my attention. Thank you. That was an expensive paint job. It's a Duracoat. Duracoat on there. Yeah, probably me, says Drop. Cody says, Big Pimp, are those puppies real behind you? Yes, they are, Cody. They are. If you guys don't believe me too, by the way, if you're lurking, like and subscribe and check out the channel to see if they're fake or real. You'll be surprised. Gene says, 300 Blackout is a beast pistol. Yes, it is. This is expensive. $1 a bullet almost. Or on average. IDK says, no, it's completely fictional. Cody says, oh, damn, I'm low-key jealous. Well, don't be. Just please like and subscribe and help a Oriental brother out. Because I'm I'm from the great United States of America. Brazil to Africa. Damn it. America. Warrior says, true detective. Thank you, Warrior. Jesse says, yes, I went to trash. It went to trash about a few seasons. Oh, so it is. That is the true story. What, like the first 2 seasons, right? That was a great show. I did watch Sons of Anarchy. I forgot what that biker show was called. Great show. If that is the one. And it looks like Jesse confirmed it. Yes. Paul says, I have a PO1. Want to upgrade the trigger and sights for carry. Recommendations. If you do the trigger, like I said, the sear cage is a mother. It is a mother. Be careful. That's all I got to say. Get the Pro Kit. Cage and Gun Works. It reduces the trigger weight. And it also reduces the take-up. So you still have the long trigger pull on a double action, but the single action is awesome. Just be careful with the lifter spring screw. Or the lifter spring. Okay, be careful. And the pin that they sent me to hold all the pieces together in the sear cage didn't work. It was too, like, it was like a 1/1000th of a C hair too thick. I would have to gunsmith that part to get that one to work. So I couldn't even use the aftermarket lifter. I had to use stock. So they charged me for shit I couldn't even use. Now it does say it's recommended to be installed by a competent gunsmith. I guess I'm not competent. But yeah, it is a great upgrade. For the sights, it's whatever your little heart desires. Some people like X-Sight, some people like Glow. You know, some people like Tritium. It's up to you. That's just up to you. If you get the Tritium, or not, the fiber optics, if you go with that route, be careful because those break off all the time. Especially if you shoot a lot, they will break. They break off my staccato all the time. They break off my what's the other one? My Demolitia. So yeah, they are not. Yeah. Drop says your face screams. Ouch! It did. It drop. It was not. You do not sit on those. You let those go. And I'm not doing that ever again. Jack says, you obviously don't live in California. Yeah, yep. Or never leave. Shake my head. US of Brazil to Africa. You guys know me too well. Derp, what's up, Derp? He says, hey, Janet, seen your stream in a bit. Haven't. What's up, Derp? It's been a while. IDK says, no, Son of X is fictional and every receipt is good. Okay, so which one am I talking about? I gotta figure out the one I'm... It was a biker show, and it was like based off, like when they advertised based off true events and all this, and then it became fake. Silver Slinger says, if someone ran into your place right now, which pistol is your go-to? Whichever one I can reach first. So, looks like the Shadow 2 or the Glock. Cody says, I'm happy to sub. Thank you, Cody. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Jesse says, the Mexican spinoff is better. I don't want to get sucked into new shows, but you guys... Yeah, you... Drop says Glock. Wait, Drop, did you say that because... Why did you say Glock? Because it's right there? Did you really say it because it's right there? I need to know, Drop. Liked and sub. Thank you, Jesse. Upright says, sell the PO1 and get a G45. The PO1 is awesome, though. It is. It's an awesome gun. I'll have videos of mine up soon. Mine is custom Cerakote. And it's silver. Well, how do I want to say? Actually, I'll put a video up tonight of it. I've been lazy. 2020 says, do you have the new RPG-7 pistol? I do. It's right there. Laugh out the ray gun, water gun. Derp. That's not a water gun. That's a torch. Thanks, dude. You're welcome, Paul D. Pat says, derp, it is a real ray gun. Beautiful airsoft, bro. Thank you, Herbert. It's a real ray gun? Jack says, I wonder how many ATF agents are watching the show. 3. Wait, 2. Z Mimble says, are you planning to buy new cats this year? No. I eat them too quick. Gun Toy Minnesota, what's up, brother? What's going on? It's been a while. How have you been? Dr. Brule says, I have to learn how to stop anticipating recoil. It's a human reaction, recoil, right? And you can't really, well, you could stop it, because what you do is you just put snap caps in it. You know, your 15 round, 17 round mag, put like 5 snap caps, 4, whatever. Just put them in there. And don't shoot fast, shoot slow. And you'll see. You'll be like, bam. Bam. And you'll be like, oh, no! And then over and over repetition, you're gonna push it out. Whatever these people are telling you is bullshit. It's human nature to anticipate recoil. You can only train yourself through practice, and like your mind's gonna be like, okay, bam. And then you're just gonna get used to it where you just don't do it anymore. Now, when I do it, sometimes you'll see my videos, I'll be like, I'll pull the trigger, it'll be last round because sometimes I don't have lockback. It'll be like, and my hand doesn't move. It just because I'm used to it. But sometimes if I'm doing some kind of repetition, you'll see this. You'll see, bam. And then the next one, it'll be click. Not that bad, but big. Click. That dip isn't the dip when you go click. Because if you're anticipating recoil, you're hitting click, and as you're clicking it, you're going down because you anticipate. But if you go click and then you do this, that's setting up for the follow-up shot. So there's a difference. But, if you were my neighbor, I would teach you. Gun Toy says, what's up, man? What's going on, Gun Toy Minnesotan? This dude, hey, if you guys are into long range, right? If you're into long range or into long range optics, I'm no joke. Before I was doing YouTube or anything like that, I watched Gun Toy Minnesotan. And it was my pleasure to finally meet him at a undisclosed location. Not like that, that's gross. But we met each other. And then I met him again at SHOT Show. I watched him before I did this. And yeah, his shit's good. If you want to get into long range and you want to know about optics or rifle scopes that aren't really known, check him out. I swear to God, I'm not shitting you. I'm not just hyping him up to do it. He's the reason. Gun Towing, you're the reason I got this RPR. And Gun Towing, do you see something on there? Where is it? Hold on. Do you see that? Right there? You know what that is. I got that on that gun because of you. I had no idea that existed. And they don't even make it anymore. DST Precision. That was from Gun Towing. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. But long range, talk to that guy. Gene says, my friend just got a Glock 20. What's your take on it? It's a Glock. You know, it works. Glocks are Glocks, and they're great. Your go-to Glock. Drop that. No, that was because it's right there. At first, I was like Shadow. Nope, Glock. It's closer. Or MC9 Glock. MC9 under Glock. Jimmy Poor says, since robots and AI will take over soon, which gun should I get to defend against clankers? I would say the Blades of Chaos. Yeah, I will Blades of Chaos. I don't think the next will take a blade. I really don't. And it's unlimited ammo. Yeah, sorry. I think he says, you have to watch Southern Anarchists before you watch the spin-off so you know what's happening. Okay. Fuck. Alright. Pat says, Jimmy, the ray gun. Duh. I know you better than you, laugh out. Well, mostly. Yeah, you do. Jesse says, laugh out. Better pack a punch it. Pat says, always. Upright says, I have a P1 Omega. Love it. The grip is awesome. Yes. The Omega, other than the SPO1, is probably my favorite PO1. Yeah, I think it is. Because there's like 5. So, damn, Upright Tactical. 22 LR, good for CCW. Any bullet's good for CCW, but 22 LR is known to jam. It's just the bullet. So no, I wouldn't. Better than nothing though. Gun Tone says, good man, you going to a SHOT Show this year? I am. I will be there. I think we got to get the hotel. I don't know if we reserved that yet, or 3 reserved that, but we were trying to reserve it right before we left last SHOT Show. Drop says, snap caps and put a penny on your barrel. Yeah, the penny, the penny thing works for some people. For me, it really didn't. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't work for me. But I know that exercise. Zimble says, is it safe to store ammo in one place, like underground? I'm kind of anxious. Yeah, why not? Just make sure it's dry. It has to be a dry spot. Then do it consistently and it will go away. Derp says, dude, I've shot probably 100,000 rounds and still flinch every now and then. Now and then. Unless you haven't trained that part. I'm not saying the more you shoot, the more it'll just go away. It won't. That's like shooting 100,000 rounds, doing it the wrong way, doesn't make you better. It just made you 100,000 rounds not better. You know what I'm saying? So he has to train that, and to train that, put snap caps in there. You have to know the flinch, because when it goes bang, you don't know you're flinching. You look at the target, I'm shooting low. Well, yeah, because you're doing that, right before you shoot. So, yeah, I probably do it every once in a while. Not gonna lie, but it's a while, right? Kermit says, I'm back from the shops. Awesome. Jack says, Derp Wolf, that's what we call Parkinson's, my man. It's time to like and subscribe. That's what 3 says. Derp's laughing. Oof, 67 likes. Whoa. Michael Carter says hi. What's up, Michael? Arkin Optics are my go-to scopes. Arkins are awesome too. Jay, hey, I'm back. Jerome. Hi, Pat. Jesse says, oh, my, that is sassy. Derp says, I don't have many guns. You don't need it. So it's mostly Night Force and EOTech for me. Nice. Though I did recently get a March Shorty. I don't know what a March Shorty is, but Night Force and EOTechs are awesome. Gun Ticket says, heck yeah, man. That's so sick. Thank you. It's because of you. Michael says, do you have an ARP? No. No, I don't. I had to think about that. Jesse says, I hope you don't fart before you read that last one. Dr. Brule says, what are your thoughts on adding a tungsten weight to a grip module for recoil management? If you're talking about the tungsten weights in the back of the gun, yes. It adds more center weight, right? When people add the tungsten weights to the front, that depends on how you grip and how you shoot. Because if you put too much weight up front, you can get muzzle dip. And that's why the second shot's always low. You know, bang, bang. So you bang, or you go bang, bang. And you don't see that dip because there's so much weight. That's why a lot of people have that second shot as low when they're going fast. You know, bang, 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 bang. You know, it's like, it's not in the same area. It's like one up here and one down here. Too much weight. That is counteracted by grip force pushing up on the grip with your support hand. Or don't put weight up there. That's why when I go and compete, I don't put lights on the guns. If you ever see me competing, I don't have a light on there. But Dr. Brule, I say yes. Weight is nice. Pat says, Guntoin, thoughts on Arctic? He's going to give you good thoughts on that. And the spin-off isn't as good? Oh, wait, what? Don't Trip says, if someone broke in right now, which gun would you grab on that wall? Let him know, drop. Looks like my Glock. Ultimate says, you do you, fish. Stick with 9mm. Yeah, with dynamite. Let's see. Pat says, don't be weird. Jax, don't be weird. Pat, I think he's jealous of my farts. I trained to get him like that. Bye-bye. That was gross. Gene says, what's your apocalypse pistol? Let him know, drop. My Glock 47. I think I just gave myself pink eye. I'm sorry. Agree, drop. Jack says, subbing, my man. Appreciate engagement and joke, brother. How often do you shoot? 3 times a week. I would say about 3 times a week. More if I'm competing. Z Mimble says, I've been storing 9mm for my subgun since 5.56 ammo is limited to authorities, militaries. I'm not going to go with 7.62 since too powerful kick for me. Nothing wrong with that. And nothing wrong with storing your ammo. Just make sure it's dry, in a dry spot. So if you're in a basement and it's in, let's say, ammo cans, you can use those little packets that soak up moisture. Otherwise, I use one of those heat rods in my ammo safe. So, let's see. For different calibers, are they all loaded? No. Drop says yeah. 5.56 is public purchasable. Well, the ammo, yeah. Derp says, Mark Shorty is a super short 1 to 10 LP volt. It's a dual focal optic, not second focal. Dual focal, 2 reticles. Oh. I have to look into that. I have no idea about that. Wow. IDK says, and Sons and Anarchy is worth getting sucked into. Oh, okay, maybe. Jeffrey says, I will pay you for your high point 9 $500. Okay. Send me the FFL. Send me the money first and the FFL you want me to send it to, and you will have a Pistol Pete high point. No joke. Dropout says, the guns are elsewhere. Yes. Pat says, give yourself brown eye. Yeah, I did. Dr. Brule says, I have a SIG P 320X full size, nice, and it has a cut out to add some weight in the grip. I am running a light in a Gideon Optic, which I love. Awesome. In the grip in the back, there should be 3 slots. A big one and 2 small ones, and those are for the tungsten weights. Laugh aloud, brown eye. That was good. Yeah, brown eye, pink eye. Same thing, right? It's still something eye. All right. Give me a sec here. I'm kind of curious to see where we're at. Not gonna lie. So I was at 98, 92. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not gonna lie. We gained 36 subscribers. That's a lot for me since I've been on this YT drought. Gokin says hi. Hi, Gokin. IDK says a PT20, a P320. You better not carry appendix. Yeah. No. Oh God, Rocco here again with the HK or Knights ornament. Oh. Oh. Okay, I like Knights ornament. Okay, I don't own one. They put a lot of time into their bolt. I know that. HK runs off, a short piston. So you gotta weigh which blowback system you like better. I like the short stroke piston better. So I would go with HK, but it is like way more expensive than Knight's Ornament. So then you have to weigh that together too. Pat says you need to look into the difference of first and second focal. Who, me? I know the difference between the two. Jack says, I guess we found the ATF agent. Jeff Sloan asking to buy that gun. Hey, I told him I sent it to an FFL, so I did right. 69 likes. Derp says, with all the shit I hang up my guns, I've never thought of adding weight. Yeah, if you add weight to the grip, good, but 70, 71, whoa. First Last says, what's your favorite revolvers? The Cashapp Rhino. The drop says, the Wranglers, Ruger Super Wrangler 22 and 22 meg. Pat says, Cheddar Bob carries appendix, no holster, one in the chamber. Why can't I? I wonder if Cheddar Bob was carrying a 320. No, he wasn't. Cack is Master Race. I agree, Derp. 3 says hi. A P320 will give you an involuntary circumcision. Rocco says, I hope you get the Sand Viper soon. I do too. I really do. And I can't do that without you guys. 3 says, like and subscribe. Maybe in a year. Yeah, I could see that. I might have to extend that time frame out, but we'll see. Jeff says, it was just a joke and he can keep his high point. 9, you never know in the situation. Even if you were the agent, it's okay. It's okay. Gene says, you think Sig will lose military contract? Well, they're going to lose that part of the contract for sure. The whole thing, I don't know. I don't know how that contract works, but Glock and Smith are fighting for it right now. Glock might get it back. The pistol part of it, at least. I don't think they will get the other stuff. Glock doesn't make, rifles, and Smith does, but Dirt, Q is king. 3 is home. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I just confirmed Cheddar indeed had an M17. Really? You serious? Oh, wow. Jeff in Vegas? Question mark. Now it's 1.7. Wait, what's 1.7 now? Laugh aloud. Derp says, yeah, Pat, I like you too. I have a honey badger, one of the older ones, when they still had dust covers. Pat says, Pete, that honey badger running better now with the correct ammo? Yes. 100%. Because imagine in a gunfight, oh shit, hold on. I'm shot by my own gun. The let's see, Deep you need the new one with the 2-piece BCG. First lad says I sold my Ruger SP01 or SP101 last month and deeply regret it. I have a Glock 22 and a Ruger LCP2 and several long guns, but feel naked without a revolver. Yeah, we need to get another one. Wow, man, I haven't stumbled across your live in a while, and I've been subbed. Hope all is well. See? Thank you, Stick Talk. Inches, Pete. Oh. Centimeters. Oh, my God. All right, guys. I've been on for a little too long now. I'm going to cut it short tonight, or at least end it right now. And I will be back tomorrow because I don't want YT to get sick of me. They let people flood in, right? And I want to keep this train going. So I will be back tomorrow and do this again, okay? So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, new people. And I'm going to go check my drawers. Sorry, I got to go. Okay, bye-bye.